Hi dear children, we have already learned the optical phenomenon called refraction, and in detail we have learned about the refraction through a glass slab, and today we are going to study about refraction through a glass prism and how would the light get refracted through a glass prism. Prism is a transparent medium that is also made of glass, and a prism has two triangular bases and three lateral surfaces. And here I am ready with the glass slab on the board, glass prism on the board. ABC is a glass prism, and these three are the different points we can mark on a prism. And this particular prism is having two triangular bases and three rectangular lateral surfaces. And this is made of glass, so this is a transparent medium. And here consider this triangular prism, and the light ray falls on the first face, or this face AB of the glass prism. And what will happen to the light ray when falls on the one side of the prism AB? And here I am going to draw an incident ray that falls or incident on the face AB of the prism. So this is a incident ray that strikes the glass prism, the side AB of the glass prism at a point E. So PE is an incident ray that strikes the prism at a point E. And here this is the point at which the light ray enters the glass. So here definitely at this point this particular light ray has to suffer the process of refraction because of change in the speed of light in air and speed of light through glass. So this particular light ray P is coming or entering the glass from air. This is passing through air. Now it enters into the other medium, glass. So at the point E, the light ray has to suffer the process of refraction, and as a result of this the ray get refracted. So this is the refracted ray from this point E. So this is the refracted ray, and this ray is marked as EF. EF is the refracted ray. And again this is another point of intersection. So this is the end of the glass, and here the new medium air again started. And again at this point F, the light ray has to suffer the refraction for one more time, and this is the finally refracted ray. And let me mark that final ray as RS. Okay, so this is the light ray, or P is an incident ray, strikes the glass prism at the point E. Here at the point, this is called the point of incidence. At this point E, the light ray has to suffer the refraction for first time, and this is the refracted ray after one time refraction. And here at F, the same light ray has to undergo the refraction for second time, and this is the finally refracted ray, or we call this as the emergent ray, or the ray which emerge out of the glass prism. So these are the different rays: incident ray, first refracted ray, and the finally emergent ray or finally refracted ray. And let me mark all the important points on this prism. And here I can mark this first normal. I can draw a normal to the point of incidence at this first face. So this is the normal drawn at the first point of intersection E. N dash is the point or the normal drawn at the first point, and similar way I can draw a normal at the second point of called F. So M dash, let me name it as M dash. So these two are the two normals drawn at the first point of incidence E, and the second point at which the light ray undergo the process of refraction. At E and at F I have drawn two normals. one at E, N dash, the other one at F, mm dash. These two are just the normal drawn at the point E and F. And I can mark all the important things in it. This is the angle made by the incident ray and the normal. This is called angle of incidence. So this angle is called angle of incidence, I. Let me mark it with I. The angle made by incident ray and the normal, angle I. And the normal and the angle made by normal and refracted ray is called angle of refraction. This is R. Again, I have here one more incident ray, one more refracted ray. That is the ray, the ray for incident ray for the second refraction, and finally emergent ray. And here the angle made by the incident ray and the normal, incident ray and the normal is angle of incidence, and the angle made by this normal and the refracted ray and the normal is angle of emergence, E. Clear? So this is angle I and this is angle R. Angle E, or this is the second angle of refraction, or this is the emergent angle. This is the angle made by normal with the finally emergent ray. So these are the different points on the diagram. So let me read all the things again. P is the incident ray, EF is the refracted ray, FS is the emergent ray, angle I is the angle of incidence, angle R is the angle of refraction, then angle E is the angle of emergence, and we have to mark one more angle. That is an angle made by, or the angle between the direction of the incident ray. What is the direction? If there is no refraction, this ray would go through this straight way. This is a normal path. So this is the normal path through which the light ray can move without having any bend if there is no refraction. So this is a straight line. So we can extend the incident ray straightly. So this is the normal path of the incident ray, and the incident ray has bent towards this only because of the refraction. If there is no refraction, the ray can move along a straight line. So this is the normal path of the incident ray. So I have drawn the normal path of the incident ray, PE, and I want to produce the emergent ray backward. This emergent ray backward. This is the emergent ray. So this is the angle made by the incident ray, the direction of the incident ray and the emergent ray. For that I produce the emergent ray backward. And what is the angle made by the direction of the incident ray and the emergent ray of light? This is the emergent ray. So emergent ray, angle made by emergent ray with the direction of the incident ray. That is called angle of emergence. This is angle of, not emergence, angle of deviation. This is angle of deviation. This is angle made by the direction of the incident ray and the emergent ray. Okay, angle of emergence is different. That is the angle made by normal and the finally emergent ray, or finally refracted ray, or emergent ray. So this is angle of emergence. So angle of incidence, angle of refraction, second angle of incidence, second angle of refraction or emergent angle, and one more angle is here, that is angle of deviation, and usually we use capital D to denote angle of deviation. So angle of deviation is the angle made by the direction of the incident ray. For that you have to write draw the normal path of the incident ray PE. For that you just draw PE in the straight direction, and you can produce the finally refracted ray backwards, and these two rays will meet at a point, and that angle you can mark it as the angle of deviation. So how much deviation occur here? That is what is called deviation. Okay, how the incident ray is deviated from its normal path. How much deviation occur? What is the angle to which the incident ray deviates? That can be find out by measuring this angle, or this is the incident ray, normal path of the incident ray, and the emergent ray. Okay, and this is the angle, and this angle is called angle of deviation, and this is written with the letter, capital letter D, angle of deviation, but small letter E for angle of emergence. So this is the angle made by normal and emergent ray, but this is the angle made by the direction of the incident ray and the finally refracted ray or emergent ray. So these are the important points on this glass prism. Okay, so this is what happens when a light ray falls on the glass prism. On one of the side of the glass prism, P is the incident ray, and at the point E, the ray has undergo the process of refraction for the first time. Again at E, again at the next point F, the ray undergo the process of refraction one more time. This is the finally refracted ray, this is the incident ray, this is the first refracted ray. So these are the different angles: angle of incidence, angle of refraction, angle of incidence for the second refraction, angle of emergence, and angle of deviation is the latest angle here, that is the angle made by the incident, the normal direction of the incident ray and the emergent ray or finally refracted ray. So that is written by using capital D. So this is what happens when light ray falls on the glass prism. Okay, okay children, thank you very much.